There you go. Oh, he's on. Oh, he broke me off. He went right into the rocks. Did you see that? We are back down here in southern Delaware to get the tug on. We are fishing solo. We unfortunately do not have Josh. He is in Oklahoma taking care of some family issues, but we are in a spot that I've been to maybe 2 or 3 months ago, but season pretty much is coming to a close, folks. And then you can see the charter boats up on the jack stands and blocks, and it's gonna get really slow here in the state of Delaware, but there are fish to be had throughout the year if you know what you're looking for and where to go to get them. But today we are back out targeting the tog. We are not in a traditional spot where I normally would go for them. You've seen me out in Massey's Landing. You see me at any river inlet, on the rocks, off the rocks on a boat, and out on the outer wall. But we're going to come out here because rumor has it that there's tog right where I was fishing for flounder at. And I'm already seeing maybe a dozen or more people right up on the edge of the rocks. And within a second or so from this intro, I've had 2 tog pulled up in front of me here. So we may have a good day today. Now, so what size they are, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and drop some bait down there, and hopefully we can get that good tug without having to go to the tried and trues that I normally go to. I was actually at Massey's Landing yesterday for at least 5 hours. 2 fish on the end of the line, and they weren't on my hook. Let's just say that. But we've got green crabs, we've got sand fleas, all provided by Rick's Bait and Tackle. We've got our tog jigs that are from the Lead Pop. That's Gavry and Chris's place. And of course, I may tie a loop, dropper loop here and there, maybe depending on what kind of structure we're on and how much my jigs get caught, because I don't want to lose those. They're pretty expensive jigs. But guys, thank you very much for providing me with a couple more. I had to travel down to their shop yesterday to go ahead and get some. But we're going to get out here. We're going to hopefully spend all of our time here. If not, I may go over to Massey's Landing just to see how things are going. So stick with me. Let's drop some lines and hopefully we get that big fat tug on the end of the line. We got everything we need right here, so let's keep the cart in tow and head on over to the spot that we're going to fish in. And we're going to emulate what people are doing, because again, I've never fished in this section before, but once you pick up what they're doing, that should translate into success for yourself. But let's get over this little bridge here, and I think we're going to work ourselves in between these 2 gentlemen, because the one to my left is the one that's having the good luck right now. Despite it being crispy and cool out here, I mean, there are a lot of boats out here in the inlet right now. You can see a lot of them out there on the Coast Guard station. They're out there drifting, probably still for blues. And we got stripers that are out there. And of course, you can see all the toggers all lined up right here, man. I would have never thought. So let's get on our spot and drop down and see what happens. Oh, how cute. Is that a burgal or is that a...
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, let's see it. I think it's a burgal. Yeah, that's definitely a burgal.
A what?
A burgal. A
burgal. Okay.
It's a tog lookalike.
Okay.
All right, so
sorry.
Guys, got a burgal here. You said Steve, right?
Yeah.
Steve from Pennsylvania here. He kind of gut hooked them. But a lot of people kind of mistake these fish for being tog, but all you have to do is look at the mouth and see them big old sharp teeth right in front of you. You know for a fact it's not a tog. So it's a pretty cool species to catch. I'm surprised to see here on the rocks. Usually we catch them out on structure. Burgals are pretty cool, guys. Like I said, they are the fake tog. That's what we call them. But obviously the teeth are the difference between each species right here, but they're kind of the same because they actually come in a different amount of colors here. Tog could be solid colors. They could be gold. They can be a calico color. The burgals, I've seen blacks, browns. We even had a pink one. I think it was this year or last year we caught out on structure. It's kind of unusual to see them right here on the rocks in the inlet. So if anybody knows that they come here commonly, let me know. If not, same thing, drop a comment below, but I'm pretty sure they don't come here that often. I'm sitting out here, it's kind of blowing me away. It's kind of like almost like a family affair here. You got lawn chairs and every other thing out here, man, like you're at a tailgate in a football game. Gotta find a flat rock to be on here. Let's see how quick it takes to get a fish on the end of the line. So based on what I'm seeing from Steve, it looks like he's casting about maybe 10 to 15 feet out. And it's going to pendulum in. And then you just got to make sure that that jig is not hanging in a crack right there we're going to get caught in. Just kind of try to keep it on top of the rocks right there. All right, Steve's on again. Another burgal. All right, how did that happen? Somehow I got my line cut off. Oh. That's not good. Yeah, no wonder. Well, should have checked my line before I casted it out. There's a lot of fray on there, so I had to clip off the damaged part of my line here. Retie back up again. All right, we're gonna slide over to the Fleas, and we're just gonna load up the hook here. There we go. We got some morsels on the end right here, and we are on the wrong side of the rocks. Steve hollered over to me. He's going to be gracious enough to go ahead and give me his spot. He's actually leaving for the day, so we'll sit in that little honey hole he's been sitting in. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. You said you're about 10-15 feet out?
Yep.
Cool. All right, man. Safe travels home, man. All right, sir. Let's carefully get over here, and I like the look of this rock right here. We'll flip out here. See if we can have the same results as he did. Oh, immediately I'm getting hit already. Now, right now, it looks like we are in slack tide. I'm sure maybe in about an hour or so, it's going to start moving, and we're going to have to increase our weight here. But we'll take advantage of what's going on right now. All right, I think we're going to be going with the... Oh. More than likely, we're probably going to be switching over to the dropper loop, because this thing's getting caught pretty often. And obviously, you want to use cheaper stuff when you're out in the rocks over here. That, and I want to switch down to smaller hooks. Again, I'm looking at the size ranges of the Tog that are coming up. They're not very big right now, and I got to make sure that hook fits in their mouth. I don't want to keep feeding these guys with an oversized hook here, basically giving them free food. See how fast they clean you off? Within seconds, they took 3 of them off the jig there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and downsize my hooks, and we're gonna go to the dropper loop. One good thing about this location right here is if I run out of sinkers here, or if I need to go heavier because I'm missing a few sizes, I can go right to the bait shop. It's a few hundred yards away here. Obviously within business hours, but we'll put that in there. It's Hook 'em and Cook 'em Bait Shop. They're right in this section here that we were at in the inlet. But we've got our dropper loop all ready to go, and get our Fleas back up and running here. You can see how these fish are frustrating to people, because you hit me right underneath the rocks right there. And he's got me jammed up. She's in there. All right, somehow we saved the rig, but you can see how challenging it is fishing in these rocks. There you go, fish on. Got him. Nice. It's not a giant, but we got a fish on the end of the line. Perfect. So that's definitely what it was, is my angle of attack. Straight on, hook goes right in the top of the mouth, as you can see. But we got this, whoa, as it gets knocked unconscious, hitting the rock there. But we got this nice little tog on the end of the line here. We are not skunked. Very frustrating hour, but thank you, sir. Off she goes. Once again, I have my camera off here, but this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. But again, fun size. Off she goes. It really makes me mad when I don't have the camera on and I got a good strike there and I got to show you just the back end of it. But that was a good looking tog right there. There's a lot more action that I had at Massey's Landing yesterday, that's for sure. But the strike is a little bit different than Massey's Landing. Obviously, you're dropping down, you're waiting for that immediate strike. Now, when I'm casting out, and as it's coming down in its pendulum, those fish are hitting that bait before it even touches the ground. But same thing here, guys. If you get caught in the rocks, relax, stop, let the slack out a little bit. You can see the tide's pushing off to my left-hand side right here. I let the tide kind of push that sinker out from underneath the rock right there, and it made it very easy to get that rig out of there. But of course, you got to keep checking your rig to make sure there's not a lot of chafes on there, because eventually you're going to have to tie a rig sometime or another. All right. So a good hint for breaking off your line here, and let that loose a little bit, is a lot of people, they like pulling up the rod and bending it like this. You don't want to do that. Or they kind of turn it sideways, same thing. That you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is get your line and point your rod tip down. You're going to take your line and you're going to wrap it around your handle about 2 or 3 times, and you're going to slowly pull. See how easily that pulls out? And the reason why you're doing that is because if you left the line just like this, you're actually going to bury that braid into your spool, and that's not what you want happening. But that's so much easier to break off that way. You know, you got to tie a rig, big deal, but at least you're not playing and trying to pull things out of that spool there, because that's a pain in the butt. So we're going to make a calculated decision. You obviously saw me catch 2 tog right here, and we're going to try to catch 1 more, and I'm going to go ahead and make the move, and we're going to go to Massey's Landing. Even though I didn't have a great outing there yesterday, sometimes you just got to roll the dice, and hopefully that 1 day difference makes a change. But I'm here just to prove a point here that there are tog right on these rocks right here, right past the bridge right here. You don't necessarily have to go over there. I mean, the size is a little bit different, but reason why you're coming to these locations right here, so you don't have to go all the way out to Massey's Landing in order to land tog. Some people like going there because there's less of a crowd. Some people like the crowd, but personal choice. But again, at least I know they're here. But I want to make sure that I come here in the right time of the year when the weather changes, and it's for the advantage of the fact that the sheep's head are going to come in here in a little bit more warmer water. We lost time here, and that's why we're not able to get them today. But next year we're going to make it a goal to be here, if not at the end of that jetty over there on the boat, trying to get those big sheep's head. A very easy way to tie a dropper loop here. Take your tag end right here, come about, I don't know, about 6 inches or so. You're going to tie a regular knot once, bring the loop through like so, and then you're going to take that loop that you just made and bring it through that loop that you just created. That holds the sinker. Pull your line, and you're just going to repeat the process twice, but a shorter loop, and put a hook on either one of them. And that's the dropper loop, guys. It's not complicated. It works effectively, especially when you have a strong enough line to catch these little buggers. But the first one I'm going to put about 6 inches or so above the loop, and then another one about another 6 or 8 inches above that. Sometimes they like being down by the rocks, sometimes they like hovering, so you're covering 2 water columns. Go. There's the first loop, and these knots are actually pretty strong, folks. But I'm not using super expensive line. I literally have big game line, 30-pound line I get from Walmart. That's all you really need if you're out here just goofing around. I mean, if you're getting a little bit more serious and everything, then obviously your choices of weights in line that you're going to use, or pounds, I'm sorry, in line that you're going to use are going to differ, and as well the brands that you use. But for you folks that are just coming out and just goofing around, perfectly fine. It works. Down we go. There you go. Oh, he's on. Oh, he broke me off. He went right into the rocks. Did you see that? He went from here to there. Snapped me off. I may have to go over to the bait shop because I'm looking here and I think I might be out of pinheads. All right, right in front of us right here is Hook 'em and Cook 'em Bait and Tackle. You can see how close it is to where I was fishing right here, but they got great service here as well. This is right in the Indian River Marina, where all the charter boats and everything else come at. You got fish cleaning station. You can buy fresh seafood, bait and tackle, ice, everything that you need in order to have a good fishing day. But we're going to get those pin-headed hooks and then head our way over to Massey's. Everything about this shop will be down in the description field below. 50. Whew. Alright, they don't have my pinhead hooks, so we'll look for another brand that kind of matches what we're looking for here. Alright, so the gentleman at the shop right here made a recommendation here. You can see the difference in prices. You got Gamakatsus at $17.49. I love Gamakatsus. I will spend the money for them, but when you get a whole bunch of these for $8 for half the price, you gotta weigh the budget out, so $8 it is. As we're getting things broken down before we make our move across the way, again, you're not going to be catching world-class fish out of here, folks, but if you're just looking to come out and chill out and have a good time, this is a good spot. But I can clearly tell the difference in size and tog from where the bridge is at all the way to where we're at. I mean, the smaller ones are here, the bigger ones are over towards the rocks near the jetty. We're going to quickly make our way over to Massey's Landing right here. I had a gentleman stop me before I was finishing up packing the car here to get over to Massey's Landing, but he was all the way from Virginia, and he says, "Hey, I love your channel." I was like, "Wow, you guys see us all the way down to Virginia?" He says, "Absolutely. I love your content." I said, "The only reason we're here up in Delaware is because his mother-in-law has a home that's right near the ocean, so he's up here visiting her, and I appreciate you guys. And man, if you want to talk to us, don't be shy, as we always tell you, come up. We'll have a conversation." But we did have something in common. His son actually goes to the University of Delaware along with mine. So go Blue Hens. Great job, Anthony. Thank you for talking to me. But it's always a pleasure to have people speaking to us, and it's cool to see that we're making ourselves known outside of the state of Delaware. So keep it going. Keep subscribing, guys. As always, drop a comment below if you want to say something good, bad, or indifferent. It does not matter. I will answer them, as well as Josh will. So takes us about 15 minutes to get there. Let's get that bite back on again. We've made our way to Massey's Landing here, and if you can notice, we are not on the pier. We're actually by the floating docks to the left of the boat ramp right here. There is great fishing over there. However, yesterday I was there all day, didn't get any bites at all, so I don't want to waste my time over here if I can get something going on right here. So where this floating dock is at, you can look right in front of you. See all this current going on right here? But right in front of you, there's an eddy that's sitting right there. It's kind of calmish a little bit. You can actually drop right down in there, and there's tog hanging in those rocks right there. You're gonna get caught here and there, but that's fine. But I'm just trying to change it up so I can get fish on here quickly, because as I said, we were over there yesterday and we could barely get a bite on. I didn't have anything, but there was 2 small tog, maybe about that big, and that was it. All right, just a little context of what's going on here. You see the 2 fine young gentlemen right in front of you. That's Kyle and Aiden. As I was preparing myself to go fishing there, I noticed these 2 young gentlemen having a struggle session going on over in the corner there. So I walked over them, had a brief conversation, and they're very novice fishermen. And of course, you know, I'm going to take it upon myself to go ahead and try to help people out. So of course, I started tying rigs for them and gave them the proper tackle and as well bait in order to catch the fish that are around the area. They never caught tog before, so I said, "Hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do so next time you come down, you're going to be successful in catching fish." So let's get into it and let's see what happens with these 2 young gentlemen before the evening ends.
What do you want me to do?
All right, so look, I'm going to show you something. Hold this rod. Here's how tog bite. So it's gonna be down there. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna kind of see like little things going like this, but all of a sudden you're gonna see this. As soon as you feel it, just as soon as you time it, as the pull down's going, you gotta be pulling at the same time. Because they're so quick, they're gonna rip that bait off of there and it'll be over with. They're super fast and super tricky. Huh?
They're right there.
They're gonna be right here where you're at right now, but I'm gonna tie, look, see how long this is?
Yeah.
We're gonna shorten it up and put a loop right here so that way they're right on the side of the line. That's it, guys, it's not all about me. I don't even know these young guys' names. What's your names, guys? Kyle, and yours? Was that?
Aiden.
Aiden, Kyle, and Aiden. We're gonna try to get them on their first tog, yes? All right, so they're dropping right down here, and I'll get myself ready in a couple seconds. Make sure it's all the way on the bottom. You can feel it when it's touching the bottom, so open up your bail. And you can feel that sinker touching the bottom, so close it up and reel it just so it's just tight enough right there. And then lift up for me and then drop it down. Can you feel the bottom?
Right.
Feel it?
There's the bottom.
Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to feel the rocks. You try to keep it on the rocks. Sometimes it'll fall into a hole. Sometimes that's good. If it falls into a hole, they could be sitting right down in there too. All right, man. No, did you get them? Oh man, I thought you had them for sure. You were close, man. You almost had them. All right, boys, we got a little bit of sunlight left here, so we got to make it happen. All right, we're gonna walk down here to the pilings here. Hopefully one of these boys can get hooked up. I've been trying hard. One guy right here. No, you don't have to close. Yeah, you can do that too. Well, I wouldn't stand on that because it's gonna be slippery. I can already see that. Yeah, come over here. I can already see the dew from the condensation. So come over here and see the piling that's right here. You want to drop right next to the piling, and then we're gonna have you drop near this piling right over here and see if there's anything there. So he's gonna be here, you're gonna be there. See where your line is right now?
Yeah.
You want it right by that piling, right there.
You go right there, I'm gonna go right here.
You got it. One of you guys is gonna get something. Just pick your line back up again, or rod back up again, and put it right back next to that piling. Just keep moving it around. You can even go into this one right here too. Getting any taps there? Nothing, huh?
No.
You're on. You're on. He got it. He got it. Nice. Great job there, Aiden. I told you, man. That's your first ever, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let your slack out, or let your bail out there, buddy. All right. That's a decent sized tog for the first time. All right. So we're gonna let Kyle come over here, reel up, bud, and come right where he was at. I knew something was gonna be next to that piling.
Right here.
All right. Aiden's running to go get his camera. He wants to take a picture with his first tog ever. And hopefully Kyle can do the same before we leave out of here. First tog ever. We'll take a picture here for Aiden. Stay right there, buddy. Excellent job. Fist bump. Boom. Drop him in the water, buddy. Good job, man. Here's your camera. And we gotta get a flea. We gotta get my man on one, man. You can't leave him empty-handed here. Today was kind of slow putting fish on the end of the line, but we did get the tug going on. I proved to you that over by the marina, there are togs sitting right below the rocks right there. So they weren't giants. I mean, we weren't going for world-class fish, but if you ever want to go down there and just chill out and sit and just drop on the side of the rocks, which is what most people were doing today, were sitting on lawn chairs, catching tog here and there, that's the place to be if you don't want to go into the rocks over by the inlet. But as I came over to Massey's, I was having a little bit of a slow start, but then I watched these two guys right here. They're having a little bit of tough time. So I kind of helped them out, got them all rigged up, got the right baits and hooks and sinkers on there. And it took us about an hour and a half. And my boy Kyle, he almost had the fish on the end of the line, but Aiden, boom, fist bump. He got his first tog on the end of the line. So great job, man. Next time, if you see me out here, come over to me and we're gonna get that fish on the end of the line on camera for you too as well, man. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed being on the episode. I had fun helping you guys out. Like I said, it's not always about me, man. If I see people struggling, I'm gonna help them out so they can get that fish on the end of the line so they can enjoy themselves. Like I said, every day is a good day when you got something tugging on the end of the line. But great job, gentlemen. Thank you for being on the episode. I appreciate it. Guys, if you liked that episode, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell to be informed of all of our future episodes. Follow us on Instagram at 302 Fishing without the G, at at 302 Fishing 7 for TikTok. Check the video on the right-hand side of me. Always go into the playlist at the beginning of the channel, man. I got great episodes over there as well. I'm hoping you guys had a great day, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode.